Hi guys, I hope you're all good. So one of the reasons I said that I set up this page was to raise awareness, and one of the things I wanted to raise awareness about, other than just living with a disability and chronic pain and things, is about mental health. So as I've said before, so I do have a variety of mental health things that go on. And so today, for example, I've woken up and it's ended up being quite a bad mental health day, I would say. So what that means is that I am just really low today. But for me, so I am medicated for my mental health needs. I am constantly going back and forth to the mental health services. Sometimes they'll see me, sometimes they won't, you know. We all know that mental health services in the NHS are absolutely shocking. But what that has meant for me is I have to then make that choice, because it's so easy for me to give in to my mental illness. So what I then have to do is I have to force myself to go out. So I go to a Slimming World group on a Saturday. And it would have been so easy for me to sit there and say, do you know what, I'm having a bad day, I'm really struggling with my mental health, you know, I'm feeling really low and I just don't want to go. And that's a really easy choice for me to make. So, and you know, as well, the heat doesn't help, because I know it's going to set my pain off. I can see that I'm just sweating just even sat in an air-conditioned car. So, you know, all of those things kind of play into it. So, but I force myself to do things that I don't necessarily want to do at the time, because I know that they are good for me. I know that going out and being social is a good thing for me. It helps me. And it is hard to push myself to go out that door sometimes, but I do it because I know in the long run that it's going to be better for me. So just because, you know, yes, I may be out and about doing things, and I am one of these people that is constantly busy. And the reason I am constantly busy is because I need to make sure that I'm doing something so that I can then focus on my mental well-being. You know, keeping busy keeps me going, keeps me motivated almost. And it doesn't let me dwell on anything, which then helps me to manage, because, you know, like I've said, the mental health services aren't exactly the best, you know, and that's not their fault. That's the way that the funding is and stuff at the moment. So when you have a mental health issue and you have to deal with it, you are very much left, I would say, it feels on your own. You know, I've been suffering with mental health since I was a child, and I have felt very alone with my mental health because it's not something that's spoken about. And, you know, a service will see you for like 6 weeks and then discharge you, and that's kind of not really helpful. It's helpful for maybe those 6 weeks, but come the 7th week, then it's not helpful. Because for me, I need that long-term support. So yeah, you know, I am feeling that today, but being outside, getting some vitamin D in, because I've been out in the sunshine as well, and I've been a bit sociable, is going to help. So it's just about pushing through it and making that choice. So I am going to go home now, because I've only been out for about an hour and a half. About an hour and a half, and I know that my pain is creeping back up and everything else, so I'm actually going to go home and have a lovely ice lolly because it is very hot. So hopefully as the day progresses, I will continue to, you know, have a more productive mental health day, but if not, then at least I know I've done something to try and help myself. So I think that's the biggest thing I would say to anyone who is struggling with mental health, because it is something that a lot of people struggle with, is that if you are having a bad time, the main thing that I have learned is to do something for yourself, even if it is just for 5 minutes. you know, you do something for yourself. So if that means you go on a walk for 5 minutes, you've done it. If you've done it for 5 minutes, you've achieved it. You know, it's not too long, so it's something that everyone can do. And if after 5 minutes you've had enough, fantastic, because you've achieved it. And if you want to keep going, fantastic, keep going, because you've still achieved it. You know, and it's about setting those small things that we can all achieve together, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the biggest thing that I would say is what helps me to get through my day as well. Okay, if you're like before, if you've got any questions, obviously feel free to give us a shout and I will answer them. See you later.